So while I was out riding today, I was thinking, if they ever make a remake, a modern version of Mad Max, they could do it all with MT09s. That'd be kind of cool. I'm not volunteering mine, though, to be in the movie. But it was a cool movie, and for sure, the MT09 is a very cool bike, as far as I'm concerned. We're going to go out on a ride today. You can join us, and especially if you're at work and your boss is paying your salary, enjoy the ride with us in 4K. Set your device accordingly. Now today, before I pre-flight the bike and get ready to go on our daily ride, I want to shout out, thank you Ray and Carol and Dory. They sent me this great shirt. It's something I treasure. It's from the Brodak Fly-In, and they had all the contestants there sign it. Anybody that doesn't know what the Brodak Fly-In is, it's probably the most fun you can have in model aviation. Anyway, Ray and Carolyn, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Now it's time to get the bike pre-flighted and get out on the open road before it gets too hot. Now getting the bike ready every once in a while, it's time for a little extra maintenance. We got to do the chain today. I want to clean the back wheel. I'm very fussy about keeping the back wheel clean for a lot of reasons. I don't like the way it looks. And if you don't clean it for a long time, then you kind of think, well, just leave it. It's not even worth cleaning. And the chain too, I like to keep the chain as clean and lubed. Well, in the long run, it's just me, I guess. I like to keep the bike clean, no matter what. I like to ride a clean bike. Now, I know there's a counterpoint to that. A lot of people I've ridden with people that probably don't clean the bike much at all, but we could still be friends. It's just me, my little personal idiosyncrasy. I like having a bike clean, and I don't know why. It's just me. I always say it's just me. I like to check the tires. From owning an airplane for 7 years, I know pre-flighting an airplane is a good idea, a really good idea, in fact. And pre-flighting a bike might be just as good. It's a good way to catch things before you're stranded on the open road and find out you have no spare tire on the back of the bike. And the fish need to be fed. The farm needs to be taken care of. There's always things to do. The weather has to be checked. Because once I get out of here, I don't want anything on my mind except trying to hold that throttle wide open as long as possible. And this bike does have traction control and safety features. So we turn into Mad Max. The minute you hit that starter button, it's going to be a Mad Max day. Now, there's a lot of reasons to buy and ride a motorcycle, and they're all personal. For each person, it's going to be different. Some people, it relaxes them. Some people, it makes them a hyper. Some people, like me, it turns you into a hooligan or into Mad Max or into Mad Fast Mike or somebody. I don't know, Mad Windy. Whatever. But the emotional part of riding a motorcycle, yes, there's a lot of other reasons to own a motorcycle, but one of the top ones for me is, how does it make you feel when you go through the gears? Now for me, I go out for a ride and I want to spend some of that time going through the gears and doing some nice cornering and some sport bike riding, but then part of it is I want to find some secluded back roads that I've never been on before, experiment with them, see where they lead, see if I can find my way back. Sometimes it takes a long time to find my way back. But this area of the country is absolutely beautiful for about 9 months of the year, and we try to ride about 11 months. There's about a month on each end of that you wonder what we're doing out there, but we're still riding. And that's the name of the game. And whether you're riding like, I don't know, like you're an 18-year-old kid, or like a hooligan, or Mad Max, or like Windy. had the bike over 4 years. We're going on our 5th year, and it has never failed to make me feel younger than I am, more energetic than I am, or I'm not sure what the other definitions would be. Just plain good. Now, I have ridden a lot of motorcycles in my life, in my lifetime of riding, of probably over 60 years of riding. And I've never owned less than 2 motorcycles during my whole lifetime. And I've never not owned any. So I've had a lot of experience, a lot of miles, a lot of riding, a lot of dirt bike riding when I was younger. But this bike, it has a very unique quality. It just turns you into a hooligan instantly. And all my bikes give me the daily exercise I need to try to prevent old age from setting in. Karen kind of thinks that old age is winning, but I don't know. Maybe it's a tie. And of all the bikes I've ever ridden, and that's track bikes, dirt bikes, I own the trials bike, drag bikes, just limitless amounts of motorcycles, H1s, H2s, water buffaloes. This bike has something so unique, and I don't know how, I'm quick to admit I don't know how Yamaha has done it. It feels much lighter when you ride it, and anybody I've ever had ride it, and just we switch bikes in a ride, their first impression, wow, the bike feels light. It feels like an RD. I put out a video, I said it feels like an RD with 3 engines. Well, to me, it just feels light, and it feels nimble, and it feels quick turning at times, and it just has that feeling like you're bigger and stronger than the motorcycle is. And if that wasn't enough, you throw in all the safety features, the ABS, the drives, ABC drives, the anti-wheelie control, the traction control. You throw them all in, and the package, it's a package that inspires confidence. You really feel like you can dive into a corner a lot faster than on a bike with no safety features. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's certainly a lot of fun. And so far, I have tried to use every one of the safety features to my advantage. I've used the ABS a few times when deer have run out, and I've really become a believer in ABS. The traction control, you can feel it slipping, but it never lets the back end wash out. And you can't do a wheelie. This bike with the traction control on, it's so confidence inspiring because it will not wheelie. That is a true story, and I remember this well. I was up in New York and buying gas where I had never bought gas before, and in comes another MT09. Guy runs over, looks at my bike. I look at him. I didn't notice, but he was just a young guy, nice guy. Oh, you did that, you did this, what tires you using? We get all done, and I said, well, you know, what do you do with your bike? Do you go on long distance rides? You go to up 106? You go to back roads? He says, the only reason I bought this bike, it's a stunt bike, and my friends and I, we all do wheelies in a parking lot. And I thought, well, that's cool, but I got my wheelie control, so you can't do a wheelie. So he was not impressed with that. Not at all. So I'm reliving this whole thing with the guy in the gas station and thinking, when he left the gas station, he did a giant wheelie, and I was thinking, oh, well, it must be great to be young again. But believe me, this bike has helped me stay as young as I am, and I'm over 79 now. Yamaha did a lot of sneaky things with this bike, and for me, they must have used me for the crash dummy when they laid out the ergonomics, because I sat on this bike before I bought it, and I said I won't even have to adjust the handlebars. It was perfect for me. And the 2 years I spent customizing a bike, every time I sit and take a picture or a little video or post a video, I look at it and I'm so glad I made the changes I did. To me, it really looks nice. So I wind up back where I started with, how does a motorcycle make you feel? If you jump on a touring bike, any touring bike, and you're going cross country like Henry Hawk, and you're looking at the scenery and enjoying it and just relaxing, and your mind is free and clear, you got a wallet full of $10 bills, it's a feeling. It's hard to explain to people that don't ride motorcycles. But every bike I've had you get a different feeling of who you are and the emotional charge you get out of it. But again, one of the good things with this bike, it turns you into a hooligan, or sometime it turns you into, as I say, into bad Mad Max. And I love the fact that so many people at the bike meetups look at the bike and they can't tell what year it is or what model it is or whatever, because they haven't seen one with the changes I've made to it and with all the flat black painted blue. But in this area where I like to do a lot of my riding, around the Picatinny Arsenal area, this area and the Mad Max MT09, that's a great combination. And it seems like, hey, the Michelin 6s, they seem like they're wearing. I don't want to laugh ahead of time or get too excited until we swap them out, but it seems like they're wearing better than I thought they would, and they have really good traction, especially on the roads like here. They're a little bit slippery today. And it's time to Mad Max it back to the farm, see how Karen's doing. And we still have some tomatoes coming out, and we still have some veggies coming out, but we have had a great season on the farm. I'm looking forward to getting back home and some nice iced tea. You ready to work on the farm? Okay. Once again, I come back from a ride, I feel like Mad Max. I feel like we should be making that movie over. Get a bunch of guys with MT09s and splash mud on them and what? Anyway, cool movie, by the way. But anyway, this bike can make you feel like a hooligan, like an old man, like a pope. I don't know what else. But today it made me feel like Mad Max. Karen said I should have named this video Mad Windy, Mad Guy, or Mad Fast Mike. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button if you did, and thank you so much for watching.